Oke, welcome back to my channel bolo. Seperti biasa, main game eFootball 2025. Oke, ini kita main. Ini dapat bonusan ya. Ini rencananya akan update besok ini ya, Kamis ini ya. Besok hari Kamis akan ada update. Nah, sepertinya itu bakal dapat epic yang anniversary itu. Oke, main bonus dulu. Oke, berhasil. Dapat apa nih? Token penguat acak. Kesepakatan dengan Drogba nih ya, ambil dia dulu. Upgrade pemain terlebih dahulu. Michael Ollis upgrade penguat acak. Detail penguat, ini pembuatan penguat. Lampu bertahan kecepatan. Oke, gak apa-apa guys, meningkatkan kecepatan, setidaknya meningkatkan kecepatannya yang diambil. Ini Messi. Umpan penguatnya udah umpan. Kalau Edison Cavani yang kurang pas. Kayak membuat duel, kecepatan, stamina ya. Sip lah. Seperti biasa main Liga eFootball Kejar Divisi 1 ya. Ini masih di Divisi 3. Oke, cari lawan. Oke, seperti biasa nunggu lawan dulu, masih loading. Masih belum terhubung dengan lawan. Oke, dapat. Gagal. Oke, untuk kondisi cuaca di tempat saya lagi hujan dulu ya. Untuk baterainya kedengeran ya, kemungkinan ya. Ini situasi malam ini di tempat saya hujan. Oke, ketemu. formasinya 4-3-3. Ini pemain-pemainnya pemain lama nih, terutama Emmanuel Petit, ini kartu lama, Neko juga kartu lama, terus Takurta juga. Nice, Caicedo, Mega 7 ini.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants of filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Already we're underway here, and the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Well, 6'6", and with that sort of a physique, Daniel van Bouten was only ever going to be a monstrous centre-half, wasn't he? Yeah, and a very good one. Haaland! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Olise. Messi. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Schlotterbeck. Eto'o. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
He's had it taken off him. Olise. Mendes charging forward down that flank. That's a fabulous ball. Messi. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Olise is looking to influence the game from out wide. Messi going face to face with his great rival. That's a corner kick. And we have our very first corner. Header!
Firm header just off target. That's a really decent chance.
Milan have their second corner now. And now they can clear their lines. Has a shot! Oh, some inspired defending there. Corner number 3 coming up. Van Bouten attempts a clearance. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is as far as they're going to go. And here's Eto'o. Can he get it through? They played right into his path. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Aslani. So it is still 0-0. That's an excellent interception. Nicely weighted ball.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Wilshere. It's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. Foot in. Mendes got a long way forward to join the attack. Inter Milan look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
He's chosen to go back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
He's got space in the area. Alexander-Arnold. And here's the chance to counter. Nuno Mendes. He's found a way through. Goal!
Per il Milan, ha segnato al 35esimo minuto, numero 10.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Looking for options for movement. And he skips past his man. There's the hit! In for the pieces! Yes, it's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a...
Here's Haaland. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Inter! And the comeback is complete!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Inter Milan get themselves into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
5 minutes till the break. That's a nicely measured pass. And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite.
Taken back almost at once. That looks a good ball through. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di
Divisi.
recupero.
And Aslani. Messi.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Costa Corta. And they've got a throw. Aslani. And the half-time whistle goes. So half-time, no shortage of action and talking points at both ends of the field. 3 goals to light up the crowd. And a fair reflection of the territorial state of play with the half-time scoreline 2-1. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Well, it is a game with plenty at stake, and that does show. Highly competitive, combative, confrontational. It is what you would expect from a game of this magnitude. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one.
Sayang banget pelanggaran.
Messi.
Wah,
Aim forwards. Now it's Haaland. Just the keeper to beat. Haaland! It's a goal! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Inter Milan go 2 up and the shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Messi goes short. He's quick to get it clear again. Facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. That pass isn't the best. Hakimi. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Looking for the runner. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
He has found the way through.
That's good defensive concentration.
That is a brilliant interception.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Inter clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly reboot.
And here's Haaland. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Ashlani. And it's Messi. No way through. Showing great feet there. He's shifting through the gears here. Now the finish! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 17.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Done delicately. Succumbs to the pressure.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Out for a throw.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 30. Messi.
Well timed.
Lascia il
Excellent
campo per il
interception.
numero 8.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Cavani. Mbappe. Oh, red. Nice interception. Oh, this looks sharp. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Eto'o. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Valverde. Ball is over the line.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18. Cavani. Viene sostituito con il numero 11. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
And that should be the keepers. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Mendieta, and he was quick to react. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Valverde. Looking for the run. He could be in here. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's picked his way through. Courtois is there to take. Nuno Mendes. Valverde. Dink through. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's the goalkeepers to claim.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
And the number on the board is 3. Hakimi. He's played him through. Kanji kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. That's been cut out, well played. He can run onto that. No, that's been intercepted. And the referee brings it to a close. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise they established, but they lost momentum, they lost intensity, they lost their lead.
Kalah 3-1.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. A San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Oh, and he's through the middle. Diaz. Chance here to counter. And he cuts out the supply. Courtois hunts it upfield. Alexander-Arnold. Cavani showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, well played, well played. It's a sweet ball, that. That looks a good ball through. No, that was never going to make it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly
He's had a shot! He's scored! So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's had it taken off him. Mbappe. Fabian Ruiz. Luca Bacchio. He has found a way through. He's going all the way! Decent hit!
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Oh, that's fabulous! And he was alert to it. Mendes gets it clear. Alexander-Arnold. Fabian Ruiz gets rid without sophistication.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And Luca Bacchio! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good. How that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Skriniar kept his eye on it, and he's there. Johnson. Now it's Luca Bacchio. He's found a way through, and he's onside. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Messi. Played out towards the right wing. Diaz. He's going for goal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Ruben Neves with the clearance. It's a good run down the right. Mendes makes the interception. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Messi. Ruben Neves.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Fabian Ruiz! No mistake! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. So what's your view on that goal then?
Yeah, and anything that's hit low with real pace like that makes it so much harder for the keeper, and he was never going to get to that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And he's picked out the run. Van Dijk. No, again there's no way through. Good running, strong and purposeful. Oh, that's a key interception. That looks a cracking goal.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Elise providing an outlet on that flank. And the finish! Oscar Mingueza. Fabian Ruiz. And it's Messi. Some resolute defending there. This is promising. And he's managed to get free. Defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Johnson! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Cavani. Ashlani. And that could set him on his way. That was superb goalkeeping!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. That has been cut short.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
That's been cut out, well played.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi
Good
è di
read.
That was well played,
80.607
well
spettatori.
stopped.
And here comes the corner.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18.
Time then for the first
Cavani.
substitution of the game.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Now it's Ruben Neves. Milan have the chance to go the other way. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Chance for the header! Nice control. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Messi. Milan are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. He's picked his way through. And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And it's pulled back. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Messi. Olise. Loose now and they want to get it back.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
There's the shot! He's keen, determined to have his say.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Messi, numero 8. Lasciano il campo per il numero 25. il numero 7.
Foden will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 17. Numero 2. Lasciano il campo per il numero 9. Il numero 5. Attenzione, un cambio.
No, that's been intercepted. And it's Son Heung-min. No joy this time. Elise. Passing is crisp and sharp. He is through here! There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Mbappe.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Gula looking to penetrate. Gula! Elise. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gula. Mbappe. Chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. And the header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
Van der
recupero.
Ven calmly anticipates. That's good vision. He's got the shot away! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Kalah terus.
This is their second corner of the game. Ruben Neves plays it short. Oh, it's been flattened there. And there goes the final whistle. Oh, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable.
Ricordiamo a tutti I tifosi
So
che
what do you
tra
take
poco-
away? hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Can he finish? It's a good run, that. Great timing. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is... Can he put it away? Son Heung-min. Mbappe. And he's there to clear it.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Olise. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
They're battling for the right to play in the early stages. João Neves. Now Ruben Dias. Now it's Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He won't be happy with that one. Gundogan. And it's Roberto Carlos. Still goalless at the moment. Olise is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He's having a hit! The keeper is right behind it.
Okay, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Oh, this looks sharp. João Neves. Olise. He's shifting through the gears here. Aims beyond the defence. Olise unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Alexander-Arnold.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Mendes picks it up out wide. That has been knocked clear. He's going for goal! Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Hakimi. Now João Neves. Roberto Carlos. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And it's Gundogan. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And that is out of play. Neymar, well timed, excellent interception. Alexander-Arnold. Messi. Thuram, can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Manchester United are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
He's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Nuno Mendes. Son Heung-min. And it's Son Heung-min. It's a goal kick.
truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
They've switched it over to the other side. And it's hoisted clear.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Neymar. Messi. Olise puts his foot on the gas. He is through here. Lovely bit of skill. He stands tall and strong.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Oh, what a climb! And it's Son Heung-min. Has a goal! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. Milan still trail by the odd goal, despite coming so close with the whistle imminent. An intriguing half right until the very end.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I could see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And we are back on the way.
Milan can really do
That could... Mbappe! It's in! AC Milan are all square. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there, and he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Van Dijk. And Mendes. And here's Son Heung-min. He's going to be disappointed with that. Gundogan. Beckham. And that's cause for mild irritation. Mbappe might just make this. Nuno Mendes.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Passing is crisp and sharp. That has been cut short. Olise. And it's Son Heung-min. Alexander-Arnold has it out wide. And the shot! Goal! Milan! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
Gundogan. Roberto Carlos. Messi. He's found... There's the shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Numero 25.
And it's Neymar. Neymar on a charge down the left. Neymar! He's missed, but not by that far.
Neymar really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
And here's Thuram. And here's Beckham. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. João Neves. Neymar. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Messi. Aslani gets across to intercept that. "75 minutes played. And here's Son Heung-min. Tries a shot! Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Milan have themselves a chance from the spot.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 21, numero 17. Lasciano il campo per il numero 4, il numero 22.
Neuer, in the context of the game, he must save it. Corners you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Now he's off and running. João Neves. Foden promptly onto that, and that is that. Thuram. Courtois gets it away. And they're back on the ball again. Manchester United disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Shot a goal! It's in! With so little time left! Grandstand finish!
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Manchester United give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Bastoni getting this one clear.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Well read, nice interception. Valverde, Foden, and Güler. Alexander-Arnold. Deftly out wide. Time added on 4 minutes. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Mbappe, hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with what we've just witnessed.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And it's Neymar. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
João Neves going full steam ahead down the left flank. Now that's well seen too. And that could set him on his way. He's getting hounded, really hounded. Chance! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Gol per il Milan.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Climbs up big! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Japan really are in the ascendancy here, and they know they have to register while that's the case.
Rice. And now they can spring out of defence. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And he's in Cavani! Just on target.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Now it's Kane. Hakimi. And it's Modric. Gets a good foot in there. And he's managed to get rid. Out to the right. That's a decent clearance. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Ederson. Looking for, and that really is so impressive.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And he cuts out the supply. Hakimi. Messi is wide and looking to get onto this. Modric. He's had a shot! And it's in! Right back in the game! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Yeah, and all engineered, Peter, by some smart running and movement. That's already something to admire, but how about the pass? Just wonderful. Loved it.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Now it's Neymar. João Neves succumbs to the pressure. Alexander-Arnold for Olise. Olise is looking to influence the game from out wide, but he's forced to go back. Alexander-Arnold coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Shifted upfield. And it's Cavani. Cavani has got himself a free kick. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. He's been picked out. Great chance! In he goes again! It's in! The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
It's a simple game. A striker's job is to find the space as often as possible, and he did exactly that.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Listen, it's up to them now how they think about it from here, because for me it's crying out for them to force the issue.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Kane. Van Dijk.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Messi. Decent hit!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It'll be a throw-in. He's in a good position here. He's got the shot away! Now, who's going to be first to this? And here's Neymar. And they've got a throw. Modric. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Milan head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Now it's Kane. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although he may keep an eye on the bench for fear of being taken off.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Messi. Oh, sweet feet. Tries a header! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
DiMarco. João Neves. And it's Modric. Olise. Cavani. Messi.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.607
Cross to the
spettatori.
back post.
Lalu
Ederson deals with it effortlessly. Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's Mbappe. It's anyone's ball now.
Mbappe, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Modric, Rice, and it's Kane. And it's Ribery. Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk. More and more pressure on the ball here for Olise. Alexander-Arnold. Neymar. And he's managed to get free. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Neymar. Kane. And he's running through. Alexander-Arnold. For Olise. Modric, looking understandably energised after his goal. Neymar. Real chance! He's got a goal! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Japan get themselves back into contention.
I think they've done so well to get back in it, but it's important now that they don't become over eager in chasing another. They only need one more chance. Patience is key.
Milan have it back and can go again. Alexander-Arnold. Goulet. He's a sharp little ball here. It's Cavani!
Oh, that is rather wayward. Well, he did get himself into a good position. Something for him to cling to.
Attenzione, un cambio.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Endo, that has ended up in no man's land. Cavani, can he finish? He scores! And he is just ripping it up!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
DiMarco. Neymar.
Il quarto uomo
He's
indica 2
disappointed with
minuti
that.
di recupero.
2 minutes to be added on. De Bruyne. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And that's it. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Mbappe just could not help himself, could he?
Signore e
3
signori,
goals to
vi
his
chiedo
name.
cortesemente di rimanere seduti durante...
Oke, dulu satu kali lagi ya, satu kali permainan lagi, karena badan saya sudah mulai capek ya. Ini berarti 2 kali pertandingan, 2 kali kalah, 2 kali menang. Rating pemainnya tinggi-tinggi. Jiksung Legend. Tiga.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. As you can see, we've already started here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mbappe. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
This is the time you need that pace.
And he welcomes it in. Neymar. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
We have a great finisher here in Darwin Núñez. In my view, he's someone...
Great chance! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes. The understanding between those two plays a big part in that, and releasing the run on side proved the key ingredient.
Paris Saint-Germain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there. And that was Van der Vaart! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
He gets big! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Bastoni certainly could have and should have made more of that.
That's really well manoeuvred. Aslani charging forward, the ball at his feet. Olise. Olise!
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
And it's Neymar. That has been slung wide. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Oh, that's a key interception. Ribery. And that's aimed into the middle. That's really well cleared. Ashlani. Paris Saint-Germain applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand...
And the finish! That carried quite a threat. Is their second corner of the game. It's a mighty effort! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. No, that was never going to make it. Neymar. Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Ribery. Good spot, he's seen the run. Cafu spots it and intercepts. That looks a good ball through. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Messi. Olise! Sticks it away! 2 to the good! They have breathing space! He gave it plenty and some. Crashed it in.
That is just the top drawer finish. He was always in control and couldn't have placed it any better.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And it's Ribery. Messi. Big header! He will be livid with himself.
Milan just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
Cafu. No, that's been intercepted. Milan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Now it's Ribery. Ashlani. For Olise. Van der Vaart producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now it's Neymar. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Now it's Messi. And he's intervened well there. Cafu. And here's Nunez. Oh, the shock. And Sonny! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Paris Saint-Germain have their third corner. That has been knocked clear.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
They get a throw in. He's going to be disappointed with that. Cavani. Has a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Ribery. Now it's crossed into the middle. Keeper's ball. And the half-time whistle goes. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Milan go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion.
Ini peluang di babak pertama.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
That gets things going for the second half. Stood up well to him there. Olise. Olise going face to face with his great rival. Alexander-Arnold. Now here's the delivery. And it's been taken short. Mbappe does really well to win the ball there. Oh, can he finish?
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Back into the middle. There they go, hunting in tacks. Crossed into the middle. Cleared away.
Lepas.
Darwin.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Cafu. Cafu got a long way forward to join the attack. Hernandez kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Mbappe takes control of it and he's on the move. And the ball is out of play. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that has been
La
clubbed
quota di
away.
quest'oggi è di
He is slightly
80.113
undercooked
spettatori.
that one.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Oh, no, that was a chance.
Sostituzione per il
What a
Milan.
chance.
Numero 18.
Milan
Cavani.
choosing to make the
Viene
first change.
sostituito con il
Cavani
numero
taking his
8.
leave here, having got himself on the score sheet.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard. And I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in. And, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
Got to be quick to recover this. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. And it's Neymar.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Messi.
Mbappe, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Now that's well seen too. Rodri.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's had a shot! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 30.
So, time for
Messi.
changes on
Numero
both sides
14.
actually.
Ribéry. Lasciano il campo
Bastoni.
per il numero 7. Il numero
Milan
25.
have, after
Attenzione,
this,
un cambio.
one further opportunity to make a substitution. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. No way through there. Could move up a gear here. Floated through. Olise has given away a free kick. interception. His positioning was spot on. He's gone for goal. Hernandez. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, played right into his path. Milan can consider themselves just about safe now. He's dealt with that really well. Oh, it's a foul. It could be a penalty. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Oh, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Yeah, a callous act that was used to rescue a desperate moment, Peter. They dug a deep hole for themselves there.
So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Olise, ready to try one. Now it's Diaz. Cafu shows great strength. Olise. It's a pretty loose pass. Goulet. And here's Mbappe. Olise. Torres absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Donnarumma can claim that. Cafu.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
And he
recupero.
knocks it clear. Goulet. Diaz. Now it's Mbappe. And he was quick to react. And we're done. Milan can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally. All round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride.
Signore e signori, stiamo per
How would you
annunciare
sum up what
i
we've
vincenti
witnessed, Jim?
di oggi.
I think we just saw it.
Ini kalau misalnya bisa menang lolos divisi 2. Oke, sekarang jam berapa? Oke, kalau untuk video live-nya sekian dulu ya. Thank you for watching. Dan untuk teman-teman yang belum like, minta tolong bisa di